Hey, what's up YouTube? Rob Brendan here. I'm going to be talking about depression, helplessness, which everyone feels, or powerlessness, I think that's the word, and which everyone feels. So like, if you don't think you can do something, whatever it is in your life, you don't think you're capable, that's going to create a sort of helplessness. You're not powerful enough, or you're not stepping into your power, and that creates a cascade of changes inside of you, and sort of more binary level, your energy lowers inside of you. So sometimes people say, what do you mean your energy lowers? Well, if you think about being helpless in whatever aspect of your life that you're thinking about, you're going to get a sort of, ugh. And so that's not yeah, I feel really good and energized. So it's a sort of your internal action slows down. You get a lowering of energy inside of you. So that's what I mean. So please smash up the like button and follow me for my regular videos that are going to be coming on different areas. I'm trying to look at different ways of doing videos for you. So I'm going to be talking I'm going to bring in a tweet now from the Dalai Lama, something that he tweeted. I think it was him or someone on his account tweeted, to bring in a little bit of variation in the videos. So I retweeted this the other day. Dalai Lama was saying, anger and fear undermine our immune system, while warm-heartedness brings peace of mind. Therefore, just as we teach children to comply with physical hygiene for the good of their health, we should also counsel them in a kind of hygiene of the emotions. Which is it's a very cool tweet. I love Buddhism. I think it's amazing, but there are a few things that I don't do that they do. When they talk about hygiene of emotions, I don't think that they talk about being warm-hearted. Just be kind to people that annoy you, or bad people, just be kind to them. Whereas the way I work is, if someone annoys you, there's something underneath that's either triggering you, or you're picking up on their stuff, or you're picking up on something else, some other emotional trigger, and that you can resolve it, and then you don't need to be kind to them, you just are neutral to them. Yeah, and so it's a kind of, you're trying to balance it out by being nice to them, but in fact I think there's a more precise way of working. Anyway, it's a really lovely tweet by him. So it brings me on to the idea of training people and teaching people how to do this. I was speaking with my mum this morning. She was saying where she lives, the very good university, one of her friends works in the counselling section. There's just such a high level of suicide in the first year students at uni. I was like, damn, this is crazy. And that got us onto a conversation, because we were talking about inequality and how, and I'm going to talk about another tweet now, but she was saying, well, inequality, the people who go to university, they're not coming, it's not coming from inequality, it's that they're perceiving themselves as not equal to the task, and they're becoming depressed and helpless, and then they check out, then they want to commit suicide. Yeah, so there's the helplessness and depression. And it brings me on to another tweet that I commented on. It was a video, actually. It's a video by Johan Hari. He was saying that inequality is driving up our mental health crisis. I tried to explain some of the reasons why in this short video. So I put the video underneath this video in the info, so you can check it out. He talks about chimpanzees, I think apes, that someone went and lived with them for a couple of years and studied cortisol levels and which monkeys were the most stressed. And he found that number one, well, the top monkey, when he was being threatened for his kingdom, was stressed, okay, which is understandable. And then the bottom monkeys, the ones that there was the most inequality, they were really like pushed out, they weren't allowed to sit under the tree in the shade, not getting enough food and everything. They're the ones that were the most stressed. And his point was that there's an increase in inequality in I'm not sure in the world. I mean, the UK massive, America massive, and that's creating a mental health crisis. So I think that's very true. One of the reasons. It's also interesting for me, you know, if you look at Hollywood, all these Avenger movies and superhero movies, Jason Bourne movies, the Equalizer movies, it's all about these powerful people that are able to overcome the inequality and the powerlessness of humans. So you, for those 2 hours or an hour and a half, you can feel powerful. Oh, I wish I was Superman or Spider-Man or Jason Bourne, and I could overcome this helplessness. Yeah, so you can see it's a kind of reflection. What sells well is people want to feel powerful because they feel powerless. And if you look at America, you know, Donald Trump, he knows how to speak to the powerless. So, you know, white supremacists, they're all about white power, where in fact it should be all about they're white powerless. They're these guys that feel powerless, and they try and make themselves look tougher and stronger. And like bodybuilders, they want to be massive, but it's just a symptom of their own insecurities. Trying to be powerful, so there's a lack of what's the word, like in their perception of themselves, there's an imbalance. Yeah. So he was talking about that the inequalities in monkeys, and if what I'm just going to do is I'm just bringing up the Guardian newspaper. They had a let me just bring it up for you. There's quite a bit about climate change at the moment, right? Here we go. And there's a powerlessness there also, yeah, with climate change. Although there is something we could do about it, and we should all be doing something about it. That's another thing, right? So unless you believe in conspiracy theories, and I find that conspiracy theorists, they're usually helpless people who think, you know, they're told, look, you've got the secret, you're powerful, you know what's going on, when it's just very simplified, very binary. I know what's going on. I know that there's this deep state secret society, and maybe there is, but it's this lack of ability to look at a story and be less biased. To just global warming. I spoke with someone not that long ago and said, global warming, and he goes, it's a hoax. I was like, are you sure? Because there's a lot of research says it isn't. He goes, no, yeah, it is. So where do you find that? I watch these YouTube videos. It's like, well, have you looked at the other side of the argument? No. So I think this brings me on to another tweet, actually, funny enough. Change how you see and see how you change, Buddhist proverb. And then I tweeted something by Ray Dalio, and he's all about biases and being... I also tweeted something by Jeff Bezos. He says, both of them say that highly intelligent people are able to look at themselves and look at both sides of the equation and be able to ascertain where their biases are and look beyond them and be able to look at things from both sides, is what I'm saying. So you can see that there's this constant balance, yeah? I just find it amazing. Anyway, coming back to the Guardian article, it says world in mental health crisis of monumental suffering, say experts. So the Lancet reports, says 13.5 million lives could be saved every year if mental illness addressed. It's extraordinary. So, it's funny, part of me is like, I should do more. I should do more videos and change the world. And then I kind of, part of me wants to just be a father to my little girl and just work with the people. So, we're all trying to find balance in our lives, and maybe I could be, I could do more videos. I don't have to change the world, but I could just do more videos and reach more people. So it's all about that balance. So there's this massive mental health crisis, and so it comes back to we have these thoughts and beliefs in our heads, and we're not able to question them. and they are destroying us. And I was working with someone recently in Asia these past few days, and he was having thoughts that were 10 out of 10 painful for him. So I could do, something like, oh, if my children are suffering. So he was thinking his children were suffering from a certain situation, and that was causing him the most devastating pain. Yeah, so you have that, and you add another 100 thoughts like that, and you got a big problem. So we cleared that thought in about 1-2 minutes. So I asked him, now think about your children suffering, after I worked on it, and he said, oh, it's not there anymore. I'm not able to access it. Yeah. So we have this internal tech. We need to know that we have the power within us, using a very simple process of strong and weak and our internal GPS, and we can resolve the most awful thoughts, awful emotions, or most awful traumas very, very quickly, just like computer science is making things quicker and quicker. And that brings me on to a point, and maybe I mentioned it before in another video. I had a client recently who came to me with post-traumatic stress disorder, and we worked on it for about 15 minutes, and then we moved on to another subject. She hasn't mentioned it since. She said, I don't have it anymore. So, I'm not saying that it always is 15 minutes, but there's a disruption that needs to happen in the way mental health is seen and how the results that we can get. But I also understand that some people, it's much more complex than that. I don't want to be binary, like it's all easy. Okay, so those are some of the things I find really interesting. Let me know your thoughts on what I've been mentioning. If you have any thoughts, that'd be great. I'll reply to you, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure you follow me and subscribe for more videos. Have a great day. Bye bye.